Have you ever wondered what is the right amount your home renovation should be? Have you ever been overcharged? Hi, I'm Jolene and welcome to another new episode of Renopod. Today I have May here with me from Middle Square and today she's gonna share some insights on budgets of renovation. So I got a few questions to ask you. My renovation budget is only 30k. Is it realistic to do like a full renovation for my 4-room BTO?
If your 4-room BTO is a standard unit, then this 30k is very tight.
Okay.
If let's say your this BTO is a premium unit, then you can do good enough for you to do an essential item.
What are the different?
Standard BTO is without all the flooring and also without door and bathroom accessory. Premium is include everything already. So what you need to do is just the additional cabinet painting job.
So it's more cost efficient like in that sense?
Yeah. The key word is to prioritize what are the essential items that you wanted to do.
If my partner and I recently met with a few interior design companies to compare quote for a simple renovation. Since we plan to sell the place after MOP, we expected the prices to be fairly similar. But some quotes differ as much as 6,000. Why is there such a big price difference?
I give you an example.
Okay.
The price for char kway teow is very based on restaurant, location, ingredients, and also the service, same as the renovation. What are the words that included? Quality of the words, material selection, and also the service that they give you.
But is it common to have any hidden costs?
Hidden costs, you have to look into what are the words that include in. So you need to go through into more detail with the designer, whether the size and also any additional box up work as well as any other words that which is not foreseen.
If you want to say comparing, right, maybe one designer to another designer, it's also very different, right? Because maybe this designer have certain design and features, extra features that they put in, so maybe it will be more expensive. But it doesn't mean that it's actually this designer is more expensive, but it's because of the design, right?
Yeah, and the material that they use. So for example, today you look for a designer A and designer B. So you have to tell them what you want. But their thinking may be different.
Yes.
So this designer give you a design that in like sintered stone, but the other designer which is only using a laminate. Both are give you a different cost already.
And different vibes also.
Correct. So you have to look into detailing and understand the whole contract and the quotation.
Okay. And then next, I've signed on with an interior design company for my renovation, but I just realized that electrical work wasn't included in the quotation. Now I need to pay an additional 2 to 3k. Is this a common practice?
I think your designer got problem. Our practice is we don't give the quotation for the electrical work first.
Oh, so it comes after that?
Yes, because we need to go through all the 3D and detailing first. Like I can give you per point, like per point how much it will cost. Maybe estimate budget for the electrical work. End of the day, the actual budget we will have to go through all the detail first, like how many additional lights that you want to use, whether you want to use the smart lighting or not. All this involve a lot of detailing to be discussed.
Then I'll be getting my keys soon, and I'm wondering if I can hire an interior design to help with part of renovation and then handle the rest by myself by hiring a contractor for other areas. Would that save costs?
Depends on the situation. Most of the designers do not want to take the job unless you are looking someone that part-time. They just do a drawing for you.
Fair enough.
Then you take the drawing and then get the contractor to go and work for you on site. But for me, it's like whether this designer and the contractor can work well or not. There is a consideration as well. And also whether this owner have any experience for the renovation works or not. If you want to take out the job to manage yourself. I guess a lot of homeowner, they overlook about the time of cost. In Chinese, we call it 时间成本. So the time that you spend, the detailing that you need to discuss with the contractor, a lot of communication based on the whole job that to be carried on. So let's say something happened, something done wrongly.
Yes.
You have to have additional costs to redo the whole thing and also incur or delay of the project as well.
Then let's just say if the customer say, but I know what I want. I know exactly what I want, where which part I want, what kind of thing, what kind of design. Then they tell you, they say like, so I don't need ID, I only need a contractor. Maybe ID I need you for a certain portion only. So what would your advice be?
Do you know this thing practical or not? In actual words, whether can be applied or not.
Yeah.
So you need a designer that's able to tell you, or your thinking, how to make this into a realize. You have to think of what you want. If you really want to spend a lot of time on site, sweating, talk to the contractor.
Then you also need to communicate with the contractor. Maybe the contractor, 我不懂.
The language with the contractor also you must know.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Sometimes we talk to the contractor, we have our private language. 他问你，你又不懂。
对对对。
Then you have to think very long. Google search. That's why you say save cost or not. Also quite individual.
Should I buy my furniture and appliances before or after the renovation? Which timing would be more advisable?
So for me, usually I will, after the discussion of the 3D and also the detailing, we will give a purchase list. For example, sofa, what kind of sofa suitable to your teams, and then what is the length and also the table.
So if, for example, they say, okay, no, I want to save costs, I can go Taobao to buy my furniture. Then they will let you know after that. Will that work?
Okay, if you want to go Taobao to buy, right, you screenshot first. Then I will tell you whether this design and theme suitable to your house or not. But I guess sometimes Taobao you also have a good quality and also got a cheaper one.
Yes, yes.
So 一分钱一分货, right?
对.
For appliances, right? Appliances is like have to buy before we fabricate the furniture. So you can go and look around first and then take the spec and discuss with the designer, whether this size suit to my house or not. So the designer will give you the sizes.
Then what if the customer comes and say, me, to be honest, I don't know anything. I don't know what furniture I like. I don't know what appliances I like. I leave it up to you. I only know the mood, what I like. Okay, maybe I like white theme. I like white aesthetic marble theme. You please help me decide. So will you just...
So communication very important. For example, your first meet, we already need to discuss with the client what they like, what they don't like. Then we will share with them our customer experience.
I've heard that carpentry makes up a large part of renovation costs. If I need a lot of storage but have limited budget, what are some ways to reduce carpentry costs?
If you really have a limited budget, try not to do so much of carpentry. So the best thing is enclose everything. Do as simple as possible. So let's say the door, you have any line, or the designer just draw additional line, it will also cost you money. So try to do as simple as possible. If you have a lot of open shelving, also cost you more expensive than enclosed cabinet.
Oh, why is that so?
Like open shelving, we are using a lot of laminate. So for enclosed, right, internal are different finishing. So you just have a simple door to cover up everything. Or maybe you can actually buy some loose furniture to mix and match. So it will help you to reduce the cost.
Then what if I want to save space yet I want to be cost efficient? Then how?
Either way, you see which is the more essential, then maybe we can actually split out into phase 1 and phase 2. Because custom-made furniture will not affect after you stay in. So you can either choose later part, then you do up.
Then with renovation costs going up but my salary staying the same, I'm finding it harder to stick to my budget. Are there any cheaper alternatives of way to save on renovation costs?
I mean, right now everything is increasing. So renovation costs going up because of labor costs, permit, material. If your salary not increase, resign.
So it's my problem, right?
That's a problem.
Find a job.
Find a new job.
Go to ID.
If you really want to stick on your budget, right, the best way is to plan ahead.
Yes,
okay,
of course.
even before buying a house, you have to see whether this house needs a lot of renovation or not. So try to minimize, try to use the cost-effective material. So for example, maybe reduce the hacking work. Video of customized carpentry works.
I think all this helps like what you
Yes,
mentioned,
correct.
you do only what are the essentials and like
Yes.
the prioritize what you want to do.
Correct.
Why do features like curved or fluted panels and seamless finishes tend to cost extra? Is it really worth the price more for aesthetic look?
Anything that involves more detailing, it will cost you money.
Of course.
So for example, the labor is using a labor cost to do a curve and also additional material that apply on the carpentry works. Hence like functionality and aesthetic. So which one is come
Which
to
one you want to choose also?
Yeah, which one you want to come to it. So if both, then spend more money. Spend more.
No choice, right?
Yeah,
you want
no
more detail
choice.
means you need to spend more
Yeah,
money.
it's just like a pretty lady, right? So you want to dress up more, then have to spend more. Then you want additional bag, also you got to spend more to buy, right?
Just like guys, if they want to date a pretty girl, then they need to know that's the price.
Maintenance
right?
higher, right?
They
Maintenance
cannot see
higher.
like why your maintenance so high. Of course, I'm pretty, right?
Designer like to have a detail. We like to do design with a detail. To me, detail are priceless.
Interesting.
Okay.
Alright, next. We met with an interior designer recently and my wife wants to customize our master bedroom bed frame. However, the quoted price is pretty high. I think a custom bed head would look nice. But it doesn't seem to serve a functional purpose. Is it worth the cost?
Functional or aesthetic, these two is really very hard to choose. So to me, it's also depend your budget. If you have budget, then you do custom made. Because for custom made headboard, right, it can be conceal a LED lighting.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
There's additional feature then give you a different ambience.
Yes.
And also the headboard, right, you can also customize like additional hole to storage thing for storage purpose. So depends on what kind of design you are looking in. So if let's say the budget is not allowed, then try to choose those ready-made loose furniture.
Even you buy your bed, already have the bed frame, right?
Correct.
Like the
It's
bed head
already
on the
free
side.
the bed head, so just take it. Do whatever essential. So
I want to ask you, what's the most memorable renovation project you have worked on and anything that stood out to you?
I cannot tell the identity.
Okay.
But the wealthy and the humble make me feel 我们真的是很渺小. They are so high there, but they are really very nice.
So you did a project for this wealthy family or this wealthy person.
Yeah.
But the way they trust you or...
Yeah, the trust and also the respect. I think most of the designer really needs the customer respect.
Of course.
Respect and trust.
Yes,
If all this giving us a power.
Actually, as a designer, you also feel good when you see like, okay, maybe a family or a home or a couple. It's like, hey, me, I really love the work you have done.
Yeah.
I really love my home. It also gives you confidence and also makes you feel so heartwarming, right?
It's really different. I mean, towards all this year, right, there is good and bad, right?
Yes,
so bad
for
thing,
sure.
try not to remember.
Yes,
We
yes.
only remember those
good
good
things,
things.
yes.
Okay, I get the respect and trust from them. This is the
That
most
makes you
memorable.
really,
Yeah.
不能忘掉.
对对对.
Alright, thanks May for the incredible insights. Now I know all the things to look out for in terms of budgeting for my next home renovation. Recently, I've been seeing that there have been a lot of overcharging and scams. But how do we know how to look out for the red flags? Find out more on the next episode of Renopod.
Renopedia, the leading online renovation media.